Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? So happy to be here with you today. I am excited to start with a new set of products this week. We are going to be using the Seaside Bay stamp set and the Seaside Bay dies. They're both sold separately. They were a bundle that was in the last mini catalog. They carried over to the annual catalog. And I thought this was the perfect time with summer fast approaching where we would want to make these kinds of cards. You can see in the background there of this card, I have used one of the Basics 3D embossing folders. Those are available in my online store. They are one of the online exclusives and they are fantastic. So I hope that you'll stick around and help me with some support while I make this fun card for you guys. Let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because we're going to be using that, and then we can get started. I'm going to clear this stuff out of the way. Put the card over here in the corner. All right. We're going to be using Boho Blue and Crumb Cake for our ink. And I did not choose an embellishment. I thought that maybe I would decide today when I am filming the video what embellishment I want for my project. So we're going to go ahead and open up the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We're going to put plate number 1, 2, and 3. There's 1, 2, and my very well-loved 3. We're going to take a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 basic white, and we are going to be sandwiching that. Oh, we don't need a 1, 2, and 3. I just 1 and 4. Sorry, 1. We're going to sandwich this in the Basics 3D folder. This one to me looks like starfish, so that's why I chose it. I thought it would be good. And for those of you who do not know, there are these fantastic little black thin lines along the folder, which helps kind of line up nice and straight. We're going to need plate number 4. Here is number 4. And this is a 3D embossing folder, so you need number 4. The cool thing about the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is that it tells you exactly what you need for every type of die cutting. This one is for thin dies, which was what I was trying to do before, 1, 2, 3 with the die in between. But this is a 3D embossing folder, so you need number 1 and number 4, and that's what we used. I'm going to show you this in a second. I'm just going to close this up. We won't need it. Everything else I have already die cut for us. So let me just put my machine away and we'll get to the unveiling. All right, here we go. Look at how beautiful that is. I love it. So that is 3D embossing folder. You get 3 in the package. You get a polka dot, a very deep polka dot. You get the star, and then you get this little cross hatch. Those are fantastic. I'm going to put this out of the way. So let's bring the piece back in. So we are having a piece of basic white. I normally use thick when I use it for the base, but because we were putting this layer, a full layer of embossed cardstock on top, I didn't use the thick. I just used the regular basic white. So we're going to score this at 5 1/2. It is an 11-inch piece, so that's the halfway mark. It's 11 by 4 1/4. And we're gonna do a little bit of ink blending with our boho blue. So let's get our blending brush out and our boho blue. And as you can see here on this card, I just added a little bit of blue here and there. And that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm just gonna grab a scrap and I'm going to get some of that initial darkness. I don't want it to be too dark. I want it to be pretty subtle. And I'm just gonna roll it here and there in different spots on my folder. I don't want the whole folder to be blue. I want some white to peek through, just like so. Darken that section and this section. And that looks fantastic. All right, we are done with that part. I have already stamped my background here. When I was designing, I was going to use a larger piece, and then I decided that I wanted it to be smaller, so I cut it down. So I already had a piece that was stamped, but we will measure it so that you guys know the measurements. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we're going to attach that directly on top, like so. Then we have a piece of boho blue cardstock and basic white. Let's get the dimensions. Two and 1/4 by 3 1/4, and 3 3/8 by 2 3/8 for our boho. So let's go ahead and glue all of these layers together. I'm going to grab my silicone mat. And let's start our ink flowing. I was trying to decide what embellishments I wanted, and I wasn't too sure, which is why I didn't put anything, and I figured we could do it together, right? I love using multi-purpose glue, especially when I'm using embossing folders. They have all these little nooks and crannies, and I really feel that the multi-purpose glue helps to get into those nooks and crannies and really help bond this layer onto the front of our card. I'm going to trim this slightly. I see a tiny hair sticking out, and that is the beauty of having a little desk guillotine cutter. All right. So these are going to be layered on top of themselves like this. And in the dies for the Seaside bag, you have this long metal piece here. When you cut your piece of, this is crumb cake, I cut it 4 1/4 inches wide. And then the height, I gave it about 1 inch. I laid it down along with this die here, and this is the direction right here. And then it went ahead and it die cut whatever length I wanted, and it gave me kind of a beach-like look. You can see when I place it here. It's going to be rather fun. Now I'm going to grab my scrap of paper again, and we are going to stamp on here in boho blue the sentiment, if I can find my stamp. It says, "You are a pearl, rare and precious." I really like that sentiment. I'm going to bring this down a little so I can see what I'm stamping here. There we go. And then we are going to use some crumb cake. Let me get my cleaner out. We're going to clean our sentiment. There is this really fun stamp right here, which is kind of like sand. And so we're just going to stamp it all over. And I went ahead and you can see even two-step stamping. And I'm going to actually put it even over our sentiment. It's tone on tone, so it's nice and light. And it just gives that effect of sand. All right, let's clean that off. All right. Now, for this piece here, we're going to put some seagrass. And there's two sizes of seagrass in the die. You have this longer one and the smaller one. I use both. And I decided to take the longer one and we're going to put it behind like so. And then the smaller one, we're going to put it in the front. I'm going to move this one kind of over a little bit. So there's our seagrass. So let's go ahead and glue our blue backing onto our card base. And we're going to decide how much we want, about an inch at the top, and then about ½ inch on either side, like so. And just make sure that it grabs nicely. Then we're going to turn this piece over and we're going to attach some adhesive onto it. I got a little glue crazy there, but silicone mat makes it easy to take care of. We're going to add this piece here at the bottom. We don't want that end to show. Really pretty. So there is what we have so far. Then we're going to stamp this stamp right here, which is exquisite. It has the pearl inside. I thought that was really beautiful. Excuse me. We're gonna stamp that in crumb cake, and I've already done so because I've had to die cut that out. And as you can see, there's a die for all of these pieces. So we are going to put some dimensionals on this piece. All right, and you know me, and I like lots of dimensionals, so we're gonna get a mini one and put it on either side right there. All right, where's my take your pick tool? To the rescue. All right, we're gonna add our little clam with the pearl. We want to make sure we cover a little bit of that seagrass, but we want it a little bit to the right there and angled. There we go. Now we're going to take our ribbon, and I believe it's about 10 inches of, this is our Starry Sky metallic woven ribbon. I need a new roll soon. And so we're gonna tie 2 loops, cross them, and pull. And then we're gonna hold that knot and we're gonna pull these ends. And then we're gonna tighten it. And when we're happy with the amount of loop that we have and tail, we're gonna go ahead and put a mini glue dot. Again, there we go, like so. Oh, it looks like there's one right there. I'll have to fix that one in a second. And I'm gonna place that underneath right there, and then we're going to push our knot with our take your pick tool underneath, and then we can pull on these loops and make sure that they behave how we want. And of course, with our ribbon scissor, we will trim the excess away. So good. So far, so good there. I was going to say so good so far. Okay. Now for the inside, we're going to do a little stamping. And we're going to use this fun stamp that has these beautiful seashells, and it already has a little bit of sand. So we're going to go ahead and grab the crumb cake. And we're going to put that right there in the corner. And then to tie it in, we're going to take whatever is left on our blending brush. And I'm just going to add a little bit of blue around to tie in our other color. We're going to clean. Now, what embellishment do you think we should use on this particular card? Let's see. Let's see what we have. We have some blue tinsel gems. See, there's the blue. This is from the 3-pack. It comes with the blue, the purple, and the green. The green might be pretty to tie in the seagrass. Let's see, we also have the darker blue might be pretty on there. This one is called the Tinsel Gem 4-pack. Let's see what colors. Because I only see 3 colors. There should be a 4th one in there. Let's see what other color we have. Ooh, beautiful. Very pretty. Do you think we should use one of these new embellishments? I think the dark blue to go with the dark blue ribbon here. What do you guys think? Yeah, I like it. Let's go with that. So let's get our take your pick tool out. And we'll do large, right here maybe, and a small one here. And let's put a small one up here on this piece. Maybe here. That looks good. What do you guys think of that one? I think that turned out nice. We'll do the same on this, right? We'll put a large one up here and then 2 small ones. Very pretty. And it really helps to show off the ribbon, I think. The nice dark ribbon on there. So these are called Tinsel Gem 4-pack. I'll make sure that I link them in the description of the video so that if you would like them, you can have a link to them. And I need to fix this mini glue dot that I have failed to use. I'm gonna put it right there. All right, let's move the mat. Not a bad card and not too difficult. Again, we used Seaside Bay, the 3D embossing folders, and Seaside Bay dies. I hope that you enjoyed this card. I certainly enjoyed working with you and putting it together. I hope to see you on my channel this week a little bit more as I come out with more cards. I appreciate you guys being here, and as always, please share my video. I mostly appreciate that, and subscribe if you have never subscribed. I'd love to have you as part of my channel subscribers. Thanks for being here, guys. I will see you soon. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!